Monster Hunter this time and talk about Ready Player One, the movie. I really liked it, if I'm being honest.
I did too. Man, I've seen a lot. I've seen either you liked it, or it's the shittiest movie Steven Spielberg's ever made. There's
What?
no in between.
No way.
Like the guys that do the that YouTube channel where they shat on Star Wars Episode 1 for like 4 hours.
You need to have a name for that channel.
Half in the bag.
Okay. Hey, Darren.
Like
There's Darren.
They ragged on that movie so bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I personally liked it a lot. I'd probably give it like a... He's weak already? Okay, whatever.
Oh shit, okay, I'll drop the trap whenever he stops.
We have to flash him.
Or if you want to pop, yeah, if you want to flash him, go for it.
No, but like Lori read the book and she was like, it's like a 6.5, maybe 7. And I was like, okay. And then, but then Jay, right? Jay read the book and he said it was like a 9, 10, right? 9?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you're talking about the book or the movie?
The movie as an adaptation.
The movie was probably like a 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'd say it's a solid 8.
I really enjoyed it. Oh, there it is. Okay.
So one thing I really appreciated about it, just from a back-end perspective, is the guy that wrote the book wrote the screenplay. So his creative vision never got interrupted.
Yeah. I think he knew that he had to distill it down because there's stuff in the book I know from Lori, my cousin, that the book was actually kind of dark. People dying here.
Oh yeah.
And then when he got like his tech suit, he spent a week having sex because he could feel it and stuff. I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah.
Kinda cool.
In the book, one person dies.
Right.
Daito.
Okay, I was about to say no spoilers, but okay.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's okay.
Anyways,
Not a big deal.
Yes. What happened is
the book is
what's his face?
7 years old.
The guy that runs the company.
IOA.
Yeah, IOI. Anyways, he finds out where Shoto and Daito live, and he sent during a big fight in the book. They sent Yakuza to forcefully unplug him during the fight, and they throw him out of his apartment.
And then, as I understand it, Og is like, well, dying in the real world, this is not cool. So then that's why he comes out of...
Yeah, he becomes active in the game, in the hunt, because they did that.
Right. Yay, I'm HR 34. Okay. I liked it a lot. I mean, they mixed a lot of things together, so it's not necessarily a super original story, but there's a crap ton of fan service. And but they're kind of piggybacking on the whole Matrix concept, and
How so?
Because you're jacking into a world that's not real, and you're living there, except it's not the real world, versus the Matrix where they didn't know any better, or most of them didn't know any better. I really liked it. I liked, it's the only movie where you'll see like, Serenity from Firefly and an X-Wing all in the same movie, and then Batman and Superman and Ninja Turtles and Battletoads fighting side by side, the Iron Giant and Chun-Li and
I did not
Tracer.
expect to see Battletoads.
Yeah, but it wasn't that big. They also chose the wrong Ninja Turtles. It kind of made me mad because those Ninja Turtles suck. I don't care.
Yeah.
The Bay Turtles, blah, blah.
Tell me how you really feel.
Michael Bay's Ninja Turtles movies are garbage. Much like the movies he makes, garbage. Explosive, pyrotechnic garbage, but still garbage.
So one of the things I liked about the movie was how they translated the challenges. Yeah.
As I understood it, though, the way they depicted it in the movies were really dumbed down from the books.
Yeah.
Yes, but the ones in the book would have never been able to be properly cinematic at all.
Yeah, well, that's
Like
that's
the first one is literally an arcade duel between a undead king and Parzival, but they're playing the arcade version of Joust.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah, it's you're like, huh? Okay.
Jay, what's your take on all that stuff? Hello?
Oh, sorry.
Hello?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's your take on
I
it?
agree with Nick. I think the book was a lot more detailed to the point where if they were to translate everything directly to the movie, you probably could have done 3 movies for each.
Ooh. That's
Yeah.
another thing I brought up. That's another thing I also thought about that movie. There's no reason for a sequel. There's like zero
No.
reason for a sequel. So, kind of.
It's a nice self-contained one-shot story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. The other thing too is I wish they brought more nostalgic stuff from the book to the movie. Like,
You guys would know better than I would.
it's so in the book they travel to different worlds. And
Yes,
instead
they
of going
do.
through portals. They travel by spaceships.
Yeah,
like-
there was. Yeah, go ahead.
I think there was like X-wings and all these other random spaceships that people would use to travel to different worlds.
That's cool. See, I didn't even know that
Like
about the book.
one of the challenges, they have to go to this one certain planet, but it's basically the Blade Runner planet.
Darren,
which
I'm
would
helping
be really
you.
Cool eye candy. It'd be really cool eye candy.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. I mean, that would be cool, but I thought what they did show was cool. I think there's just too
Yeah.
much. You think about any book or any comic book, they have no budget for special effects. You're literally
Yeah.
limited to whatever you can think about in your book.
Mm-hmm.
The other
And
thing too is in that I'm sorry, go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
Keep going. That was my point right there.
Oh, so like that final battle?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The final battle, they had more than the Iron Giant and Mechagodzilla. They had Voltron, Ultraman was in it. You remember Ultraman?
Ultraman,
Supaida
yeah,
Man.
yeah. Did they have
Yeah,
Supaida
yeah.
Man? They had the Japanese
did.
Spider-Man? No shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they had Mechagodzilla, there was Voltron, there was a Gundam. But the Voltron was literally one sentence, like 1 or 2 sentences, because they got overwhelmed by all of the Gunters.
Yeah.
And they could
I
never
wanna see
connect.
it.
Yeah.
I wish I saw that.
So Rock was telling me this the other day that that his mind was blown that they allowed the Gundam license to be used. And I
Yeah,
said
they used their... Yeah.
the only reason why they allowed that is because they knew that Steven Spielberg was directing. And
Yeah.
I doubt that they would have gotten that otherwise.
Yeah, if it was Michael Bay.
Michael Bay, like, no, fuck you, Bayformers,
Yeah.
man. Fuck you. Okay? That's what they would have said. But,
Uh-huh.
yeah. So, I thought...
Yeah, it was. So I
Stuff
thought
was
the
great.
first challenge was pretty good, was a very decent, like, way to introduce the world.
Yeah, but it seemed way too simple. Like, that seems... how many years had it been since the challenge had been, posted?
That part of it, I agree with you.
Like, no one thought to go backwards? I don't know.
Yeah, of the world of Twitch streamers and speedrunners, somebody would have stopped and turned around and just looked around.
Right? Like, I don't know. I kind of feel like
But the race
everyone's
itself,
stupid.
I thought
Everyone's...
was a good way to introduce the world.
I agree. I thought that was hella fun. You could
Yeah.
see like Ryu walking by, and then they're like, "Oh, there's Ryu driving,"
And then you had the MGM King Kong at the end.
yeah, and then the whole he's driving the DeLorean from from Back to the Future. I was
Back
like,
to the
yes.
Future. Yeah.
Did we ever
So-
think we would have seen that car in cinema ever again? No.
Ever again? No, not at all.
So I thought it was
Yeah.
fun.
So the second challenge in the movie, I thought was superior to the second challenge in the book.
Hold on, sorry. And I saw the '60s Batmobile. I thought that was awesome. Okay,
I
continue.
missed it. I missed that.
Oh, I saw it. I saw it. It got
Yeah,
owned.
nice.
It got owned, and I was like, oh.
So this is definitely gonna be, as an aside, this is gonna be a movie that you can like just put it on like half speed and just watch all the fan service.
Oh yeah, and you definitely want to watch it in 4K so that you can pick up on any details you may have previously missed.
Yeah.
So
So
yeah.
the second challenge in the book was literally a guitar challenge. They had to play the entire track from a very obscure '80s or '70s album.
Okay, which was, since
I
we're
don't even remember.
okay. Do you remember it, Jay?
I don't remember, but one thing that I think is missing in the movie was how in the book he emphasized a lot on figuring out the clues and leading
Yeah.
up to discovering the keys. So a lot of stuff was going on even before they discovered the location of the key.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what the movie missed out on. Like in the first quest, they start like right off the bat, but then in the book, there was this whole story going on of introducing Artemis and everybody, and then Wade Watts discovers, he figures it out and he solves the puzzle, and then then he's the first one to find the location of the key.
And
Okay,
one of the cool
hold on.
things that they do in the book, I'm sorry.
Sorry, quick insert. Jay, let's go tackle this Ryu in the
Yeah, go for
gathering hub. Okay. Rock, why don't you help Darren?
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
and then let's continue. Okay, now continue. All right. Sorry.
So one of the things in the book, whenever that he goes into the first challenge, is Artemis has already figured out the challenge. It's just she hasn't been able to beat this undead lich at Joust, because who the fuck's gonna know Joust from 70 years ago?
Yeah.
I don't even, how many years ago was it? And I don't even know Joust. It's kind of amazing
Yeah.
that what's his name knows it at all.
Well, it's from the time he grew up.
That's true, but like Wade Watts knowing some obscure game and knowing, oh, this is how you, knowing that it has an Easter egg is fine, but knowing how to get it is something else. So, yeah, Jay, just join it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so then what was I talking about?
I already forgot.
Okay, so yeah, Artemis has figured it out, the challenge, but she can't beat him. And then he beats the zombie king and gives her a hint.
Yeah, I remember
And then
that.
the
Yeah,
se-
so he says to switch sides.
Yeah. The trick was you had to play from player one's perspective, not player two.
Yeah.
And then the second challenge was the beating the guitar thing. But the between the first challenge and the second challenge, you really dive into his mind of, dude, figure this out. Everyone's beating you. He's just really just smashing his head on a wall, metaphorically. And then Artemis figures it out, and then his friend H figures it out, and he's just having a fucking breakdown. It was really cool insight on this guy during that part.
Oh, I had a question and now I forgot it. Okay, never mind. Okay.
That's the thing about.
Yeah, keep going.
But
No, you.
I was gonna say, that's the thing that the book kind of did a really good job on, was how it showed like the little things about video games back then.
Yeah.
Like switching sides to make it easier, and getting an advantage just by playing from the perspective of player one.
Yeah, but I thought the challenge in the second challenge in the movie was better, just because I love The Shining.
Oh, okay. So what weren't they supposed to like reenact the lines from the movie,
so
but they never did that.
After you beat Sarac, they give you it's challenge 1.5 pretty much, and you had to go reenact a movie from the perspective of one of the characters. And the first movie that you had to reenact was War Games.
What?
Yeah. And it's another one of those things like only a nerd could, quote every line because nerds. And the challenge, and I forgot the challenge for the second movie. Was there one for the second movie? The second challenge in the book?
I don't know. You talk to Jay. Gross.
I don't remember. But the movie for the third challenge was Monty Python's and the Search for
Oh, that's what it was. Yeah. That's what Lori said.
And that was neat because every nerd knows that movie.
So, do you remember, let's say, like, how far forward in video game culture they were? Like, were they at PS2? Were they at
Up to
360?
Up to 2011.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Which one was when the book came out.
Right.
And what else? Some other differences.
Well, okay. I know that Wade and his chick are fat in the actual story.
Yeah, in the book, she's much less attractive. She's still cute, but she's
Really?
much less attractive than she was in the movie.
I thought she was cute in the movie. Actually,
No,
she
in the book,
I
she
said
was
in the
much
movie.
less attractive.
Okay.
Oh,
I said in the movie I thought she was cute,
yeah.
but then she also
Yeah.
reminds me of your cousin, so I can't really. Ah! You're-
Can't look at her like that anymore, you asshole.
That's so funny. For context, Rock's cousin and I almost had a thing, and it didn't
Yeah, it
happen.
is what it is.
So just saying.
Yeah, and then yeah, H, they telegraphed it a lot less in the book, but yeah, H is an overweight, late 20s black woman.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, and it's one of those. You kind of see it coming, but it's less telegraphed.
It seemed like that's the way it would go in the.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could be a dude, dude. You know all that. You know.
Yeah, and here I am playing a chick in Monster Hunter.
Yeah. Me too. Sometimes. Yeah, but he's not. He's.
So one thing I appreciated in the movie was everybody got their chance to shine in the spotlight. All the characters.
Oh, here's a question. Sorry, before you do that, was NS's character actually Superman in the his avatar? Was he Superman?
Who?
So in the movie, right, the bad guy's avatar was Superman.
It was?
Did you not notice how big he was? The spit curl on his or on his hair.
Oh no, I didn't. I wasn't even noticing that. No.
Do you now? Do you notice it now?
And thus proves the put glasses on Superman and he's now Clark Kent.
No, that's bullshit. Yeah, you didn't notice, but it was Superman. He was totally. His
Okay.
avatar was completely
No,
Superman.
He was just a very hyper masculine version of his own self in the movie
Okay.
book.
Well, I thought it was funny in the movie that his avatar is Superman.
That is amusing. I did not notice that.
I should have been there with you. Sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, every character in the movie got to shine. Like Daito got his Gundam, Shoto got his other scene in the beginning in the end fight. H got his her scene in the
You're
scary
good.
movie,
Yeah.
and then Artemis got her dance scene. That each character had their own moment, which I really appreciated.
But is Wade Watts like some super genius in the book?
He is a autistic savant of anything that relates to the hunt.
Okay,
If it's 80s culture, then he knows it, but he is less knowledgeable about most
okay.
of it.
When you say autistic and savant, that's really, really very severe, and it didn't really seem for someone like that. Doesn't seem like he could actually have relationships the way he did.
Well,
I
in
wouldn't say he's not autistic.
well, he was one of those guys that he lived, breathed, ate everything about that
Oh,
guy.
okay, so he's just obsessed, I'd say.
Yeah, unhealthy obsession. Yes,
Okay,
he
that's
actually even
fine.
says that himself.
Okay,
I have an
so-
unhealthy obsession with this man.
So that was well conveyed in the book, in the movie, I thought. So
And I like how they did the researching stuff in the movie. That was not a thing in the book.
Where they were like writing down notes and trying to decode the poem,
Yeah.
or like the
In
the riddle.
Yeah, in the book, all that everything that was in that library was in a text document, more or less.
Oh, that's boring.
And that would have been boring. But the way he explains it, how he knows so much, is he said in the book that he's hand copied that entire document on paper, which helps him remember.
That's cool.
And the other thing that I liked was that they gave Artemis that scene in the building in the real world. That was Wade's scene.
Oh,
but
in the
it was
book.
Different.
Right.
He falsified.
Lori said that actually. CJ, not too bad.
Some debt. He falsified debt to sneak in there, and that was fine and all. But I really liked that they gave that to Artemis
in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
And his job for 18 hours was IT, which I always find funny because that's
it didn't seem like he had a job in the movie at all. Like, what does he do besides play games all day?
In the book, you can he Twitch streamed pretty much. But he also had endorsement deals and stuff like that. Like, hey, I'm Wade Watts. I bought this super, awesome bodysuit.
Oh, there's just
You
so
should buy it
much.
too.
Yeah, there's just so much. You can't possibly fit everything. Everything's gonna have to be streamlined for a movie. Yeah.
Which it was all there in the background if you kind of sorta. But it's one of those details that if you blink and miss it, you don't miss out on anything.
Right. I'm definitely gonna get the movie in 4K. Like it totally deserves a 4K watch. You asked me something.
Did you read the book or did you book the book?
I didn't. I did neither. I didn't read the book at all. Yeah. You know me. I don't read shit unless it's medical.
Yeah. Because Will Wheaton did the audiobook.
Right.
And I'm 50-50 on his performance in the book. It's obvious he doesn't do audiobooks for a living, but I liked his performance because it sounded like he was reading a bedtime story to his child.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
It was you could tell that he was putting in the effort, and he wasn't disrespecting the source material. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I don't think he would do that anyway. They wouldn't keep him on there.
But yeah, there are audiobook performers much better than him, but his performance was, passable.
All right. Any more on this movie that we would like to discuss and throw out there? Jay, maybe? Got any ideas?
Jay, did you like Will Wheaton's performance?
Hold on real quick. Sorry.
Yep.
Darren, I think we're going to help you through Rathalos and Blue.
I just saw that. I'm going to do that too.
Okay. I'm going to sneeze, though, first. Holy. Huh.
Bless you.
Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean...
The audiobook was good. I mean, I listened to it while I would listen to it, like, during my drives.
Yeah.
To and from work. And 20 minutes, to an hour. And it actually it made me wanna listen to it, keep listening. Plus the fact that the story was really good was another reason why I wanted to keep listening to it.
All good.
Yeah.
So should we close this episode off? Not too long.
As a final note on the third challenge, I like how the third challenge was as it was written in the book. It was him doing the adventure, and I liked the performance of Parzival in the movie, explaining to the world the history of Easter eggs. I thought that was a very nice way to bookend the movie.
So that was taken pretty close. I mean, that was pretty close to the movie book. Then
that was it was almost a literal translation of how the third thing ended.
Oh, I liked the way it ended. I thought it was good in the movie. That
Yeah.
is. So I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty nice.
That was the 1.5 challenge. The first challenge for the third challenge, one that you did first, was they had to sing like the first part of a Schoolhouse Rock song.
Okay. Oh, did they still have that thing where there was like a challenge after the challenge? So
Yeah.
after he won, they're like, "Am I supposed to sign this for real?" It doesn't
Oh,
seem.
that no,
So that wasn't in the book.
that wasn't in the book. No,
Interesting. So in the book, he just signed it, and that was it.
no, there was no signing. It was literally, hey, you won. You're now in control. By the way, here's this big red button. GG, get out of my game.
That's the way it was.
Yeah, well, not to get out of my game, but he's like, yep.
So don't say that then if it wasn't in it. Jesus Christ.
But yeah, there was also no ambiguity about his response to the question.
Okay. All right, Jay, you got anything else to say?
No.
No?
I mean, the ending was it was a bit different, but it was good.
Right.
Like in the book, everybody dies except part
Wait,
of the
what?
book is that everybody dies except in the game, in the book, because
Oh yeah,
that thing blew up. So in the book, he actually, after he gets his powers or whatever
Yeah.
from Anarak, he brings them back to life. in the game.
Wow. Oh.
And then he returns because they all have like different artifacts or whatever
Yeah.
that gives them special powers, and those can't get destroyed. So he brings them back to life and then gives them back their artifacts and all that stuff.
Huh.
Yeah, some of the artifacts were pretty fun too. Like some like Chuck Taylor's made you run twice as fast and jump twice as far.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Yeah, the
cool.
other thing too is was that he doesn't see the girl until the end of the movie or in the end of the book.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that in the book.
That he didn't see her until the end,
Yeah.
and they fell in love and all that, Hollywood
Oh, yeah.
stuff. Oh, okay. All right. She was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. With the,
Probably the only girl he's ever seen.
only girl he's ever seen. All right. With that, we'll close off this episode. You'll have a good night. Look, there it is.